Wasted so much time on people who should've just been ignored. If I slow down now, I'll pump the brakes. What was it all for? What was it all for? What was it all for? I'ma make this shit count up.
UFC 297, Sean Strickland took on Dricus du Plessis in cold Canada. And I did stay up. I didn't catch the full main event, but let's go down the main card and let's unpack it. Let's unpack it. As I predicted, indeed, it wasn't a pick'em. It was a pick'em. Very, very close fight. I think Sean did as he normally does. Use that push kick up the middle very, very effectively. I do think. I mean, they're saying that there's controversy. I personally don't see how you could score that for Sean Strickland. It was definitely close, but I think it was clear that Dricus did enough. I wouldn't be disappointed. That's, I guess, the controversy is. Should there be a rematch? I mean, this is his first title defense in Sean Strickland, who's gained a massive media presence, and a following, a cult-like following. We could run it back, most definitely. He's not necessarily, chasing said bout. He just wants to fight and make money. Simple as. Wouldn't be disappointed if they did run it back, but Dricus has obviously said, "Yeah, let's do this Israel Adesanya thing, man. That's marketed quite well. There's a backstory and all that there. So let's see how it all unfolds." Women's co-main events. Raquel Pennington defeated Mayra Bueno Silva. And I didn't know that both of these young ladies were indeed, gay. I thought it was just Raquel Pennington. It was a back and forth of sort. I think Mario Buena Silva did herself a huge injustice, and by the third round, she was, gassed. There was clear and visible damage on the calf of Raquel Pennington, and she did not capitalize and go down for those kicks. She was tough and durable and took a lot of punches to run in and get the clinch and stuff, and did some work, man. Did some nice elbows and all that there. She's definitely not the finished product. Bueno Silva needs a bit more time. I think they said this is her third camp at AT&T. So we gotta see how how it all unfolds moving forward. But she's got some heart. She's durable, and let's see how this all unfolds. I mean, Raquel said she wants to fight 2 more times, and she's gonna call it a night. I guess age-wise, etc. She's been in the UFC for quite some time. 5 years to get back in the position to actually fight for the bantamweight title. It was a mad one. Entertaining. I guess some people aren't necessarily thrilled with women's mixed martial arts. Neil Magny, the Haitian sensation. Oh, before I talk about that, again, I need to highlight the fact that hardly any of these other bouts on the card were highlighted. I didn't even realize Neil Magny was on the card until the I don't even know the ceremonial weigh-ins or the weigh-ins or something like that. I didn't even clock. But they put him up, they threw him. He's the perennial, as Anik says, the perennial gatekeeper with no disrespect. They threw him to Mike Malatz. He's been on a tear. Last time there was in Canada, I think he bossed some heads and got a finish and all that there. And he was eating Neil up, man. He was eating Neil up for the whole of the 2 rounds. Gassed himself out. I think there was more than enough opportunities for him to actually get the finish. But he's young, he's got some time. Neil Magny is durable. You do not want to have Neil Magny's hanging around in the third round. Yeah, jump to a guillotine. You ain't got the energy. Oh dear. Neil Magny time. Congratulations to the Haitian sensation, Neil Magny. Chris Curtis and Mark, whatever his name is, the Canadian you. What a boring fight. No disrespect. I want to see. I'm watching UFC 297 in Canada, yeah, in Toronto, Canada, the Scotia Bank. So I'm expecting mixed martial arts to take place, not flipping Chris Curtis to be upset that he wants to just stand and do boxing like his brethren in the main events. You got to kick, punch, and do all kind of stuff, man. Elbows. You got to grapple. You got to wrestle. You got to go for submissions, man. That's just stupid. Come on, Chris Curtis, man. You're more than capable. You're training all the arts, hence, you're not a boxer. Let's move on. UK's own Arnold Allen, double A battery, took on a monster, man. A monster, very wrestle heavy, and that's all he was doing. He struck for the first round or so, but he was going for takedowns constantly, man. This guy's a problem. This guy is most definitely a problem. Not the most exciting for some, but very much a well-rounded individual. Needs to work on his finishing capabilities. He's what 18 was it 18 and 0 now? Like, come on, we need to finish people. We're just doing decisions and stuff now. We're in the Premier League, the Premier League. Who else we're gonna talk? Charles Jourdain and Sean Woodson. That was an interesting back and forth. That was nice. I wouldn't call it a split decision, even though Mr. Jourdain was putting in some of that work. Sean is an anomaly in this division. He's tall as hell and uses his reach to perfection. Durable. Interested in the journey, man. Very much interested in the journey. Both of these gentlemen had some interesting ink as well, but Sean Woodson got the job done. Now, these two had a good fight, man. Sydney and Travares, they had a good fight. They definitely had a good fight. It's one apiece now. City was saying he's going to show him levels and he's going to doom down Biggity again, even though it was an early stoppage apparently in the Dana White Contender Series something. So yeah, both of them put on a very good show. Give them the bonus. I'm pretty sure. No, he didn't give them the bonus officially. Maybe he's going to give them a knelt bag full of full of some money. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Gillian Robertson did the damn thizzle. She looked absolutely tremendous. Poliana Vieira didn't look the best at all, unfortunately. Not much to say, but Gillian looked very good. I think she's on a two-fight win streak. Early prelims. Where were we gonna go? We're gonna go to one of the most dominant performances of the whole card, and she got a bonus. Jasmine Daz whatever Kuss and Priscilla Cachoeira. Now, some people may remember Priscilla infamously taking an unusual amount of punishment fighting the former champ Bullet Shevchenko. And wasn't it Mario Yamasaki who'd always put the heart up on all this madness? And he said, yeah, man, she needs to go out on her shield, even though she was bloodied to hell. She's using the crucifix position, just taking unanswered elbows for let's over-exaggerate, for 4 minutes. It was ridiculous. I thought that was a bad beating. She was getting battered throughout the whole fight, but nothing like Jasmine. Jasmine had a point to prove. She was pissed off. My girl missed weight and all this business and blah, 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 blah. And she's got all this big talk, big game. I'm sure I heard something about the striking differentials. She didn't do nothing. Jasmine battered Cachoeira from pillar to post. She battered the hell out of her. First round was I think did she even land maybe 2-3 strikes at the most, Priscilla? It was like almost and one of those people who talk trash in people's DMs or online, and they'll say, "Yeah, I'll come to your gym and you know and sort you out." And obviously, the professional athletes puts a beating on them. It was something akin to that. She, congratulations, Jasmine. You boss up the poor young lady. I did feel sorry for her. I mean, you know, it's not professional, obviously, losing weight. Women and weight cutting is a tricky thing, especially, you know, time of month and all that. Not making excuses, far from it. But Jasmine, like, yeah, she made her pay, and she got her win, her show money. She got her win bonus, and she also got 50,000 from Dana White. Congratulations. The card itself was all right. Some action on it. Not very name heavy, obviously, but it was in Canada, so they want to bring their local people out, etc., etc. Where we're gonna go with a mark for this, I'm gonna go for a 7.5. I'll be fair. I'll go 7.5 because there were some nice finishes to it and stuff. And we'll briefly touch on the press conference. I'll do a separate potential video about this. But we get the madness again. We get the nerdy MMA reporters asking the most stupidest questions, to the point where Dana's saying the reporter's talking about homophobic and some transphobic slurs and all kind of foolishness. I mean, how about softballing it? How about softballing? We know how these nerdy MMA media is, and we know what the rules are. I mean, normally it's John, the fat guy. He normally asks the questions first of all. I don't know how that ritual has taken place, but there's rules and there's etiquettes in it. Like if we've got like a question, and you know, it's this woke kind of culture thing going on, as people say. Do the softball question. You throw the one question in, and then if you want to come with the woke stuff, you hit him the next time, and you know, like, what did you think of the event, Dana? You know, you made lots of money and stuff, blah blah blah. Throw him a question about the 300 event that's coming up, and then start talking about the comments. Dana's like, listen, and then to top it off, the crazy lunatic with media credentials says, "Yeah, Dana, you know, you've got these fighters on like a, you know, a long leash. Hmm? You know, are you gonna do anything about some of this?" And Dana's like, "What are you, long leash? What are you talking about? What kind of connotations are you trying to paint with that? These are independent contractors in a potentially unfair situation. Prize fighters who are some of them gonna talk some crazy stuff. Others are just gonna come and fight. And sometimes some people say some bad stuff, and of recent, the people have been saying some real crazy stuff. I don't police that. We're in America, obviously not now, we're in Canada, and there's something called freedom of speech and expression. I don't police that. If they think what they think, then that's all down to them, innit? What are you on about? The UFC isn't robots. This isn't Robot Wars where we just program a robot to go and fight. You know, we add little axes and whatever. You know, that was in the 1990s, and that wasn't real people. Anyway, load of madness. These crazy MMA media members need to like maybe chill a little bit, and you know, I mean, obviously they may have some concerns. They may think whatever how he said is highly offensive. Of course, you want to ask some questions, but I would say you want to kind of like softball some of those things rather than just going straight in with the meat and the bones, and maybe even, you know, I mean, you guys write articles and stuff, so your wordsmiths. Think of a better way to put this out so you can actually get the response required. You know, he may shut you down as he does, but you know, a hint of the wise should be more than sufficient.
This episode is sponsored by Supreme of the UK. Click the link in the description and support the broadcast.